ain't up, nigga, how much you make? Get caught out of bounds, we gon' leave his ass stinking. Let it keep going. Hey, running back and replay it. A nigga running up and he dead. Plus he saw me with one in the head, so don't think that I'm scared. I swear
Let's go. That's how you win easy. That's my Habibi. Oh, I had side plays. Fuck.
Even if I'm busy, I'm still here. What up, Matthew? All right, boys.
Bro, Oba Femi.
I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys after TWF games.
Yeah. Come here.
Let's get enough of that off the telly. Oh, my tummy just hit really bad. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, God. Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, TWF is about to get ready to go here. As Matthew James said, he's been moving all day from 11 a.m. to 5. Ready to go here, as Matthew James said. Did I advertise in the Discord? There we go, advertised. We got some mayhem-tastic matches here tonight. We're gonna see Amber and take on a debuting superstar here in the TWF. The Mad Dog Miller is gonna be taking on David. A debuting tag team will be tested against the Dudley Boys here. A 4-way dance for the television championship. We're gonna see Sandra Martino take on Raven Cross. Cody Storm and Nick James. We have the tag team championships on the line here. Can the James Gang defend against the Core here in TWF Monday Mayhem? Cactus versus Dennis Lawrence. We'll see Sandra Sammartino and Emily Ortiz, Shiho Monet, and Samantha James all in action here tonight. Did I accidentally book Sandra Sammartino twice? No, I thought I saw her twice. Oh, I did. Whoops. There we go. CC Prisms will be taking on Rose Matthews. There we go. There's no good Zillafatus. As TWF gets ready to ad break, come back from it. I crack the Red Bull. Oop, I forgot to turn on my light. As TWF gets underway, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first matchup here. Tiffany Jones and Amber gonna face off in our opening contest here on Monday Mayhem.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Mount Everett, Washington.
Amber makes her way to the ring here, ladies and gentlemen, as TWF makes their way all the way. We're live here in Detroit, Michigan. Amber gonna have the task of the opening matchup here, taking on a debuting superstar here in the TWF. Lots of new stars joining here in the TWF as TWF is in its warrior arc, looking for its this new batch of superstars to join the ranks and participate here in TWF. Yeah, Matthew, I don't blame you. Moving sucks. hit my elbow.
And her opponent, representing Retribution.
Tiffany Jones makes her way to the ring and her debut here in TWF.
Tiffany Jones.
Exploding onto the scene here. Tiffany Jones looking to get a big win in her first matchup here. Will she defeat Amber, the current honor guard of TWF? You got to beat her if you want to go far here. Amber hasn't won any titles here yet in TWF, but she has put on great showcases with some of the ladies who've gone on to become champions, winning multiple matches as well, just not able to get the job done when it matters most. Will Tiffany Jones be able to get the win here? I'll have to stay at my aunt's place for a few days, maybe. Oof. A spin kick here by Amber, knocking down Tiffany Jones in this opening contest. Referee calls for the bell right away here, and a stomp right to the leg. Working over the legs here. The Mayhem on TWF's Monday Mayhem getting started here tonight in our opening contest. Amber versus a debuting Tiffany Jones. Amber, an already established star here in TWF. Getting a couple big wins, but never winning any titles here. What is Tiffany Jones going to do to her? Looks like Amber's not letting her get any legs. You got a WD and Ambrose. That's what's up, Troy. We love that. Amber looking for a big move here as Tiffany Jones getting up. Not able to mount any offense here. But just as I say that, she sends Amber off the ropes. Missing the strike. The collar and elbow tie up now as these two ladies jockey for position. A headlock now by Amber. Will Amber do a headlock takedown? Wrenches on that head a little bit more. A big strike here. Oof, Matthew, not being able to play games for 3 days. Oof. Amber crushing Tiffany Jones right in that corner there, ladies and gentlemen, as Amber now trying to stomp on the chest here of Tiffany Jones, our debuting star, as she goes up to our second rope. Goes for a diving double foot stomp, but no, doesn't take her out. Goes for a cover now. Referee getting in position here. Tiffany Jones gonna have to do more damage to Amber. Amber showcasing some heart and soul here. A springboard Pele kick, beautifully executed here by Tiffany Jones. There we go. TWF continues to roll on here, ladies and gentlemen. The fire is burning in the soul of Tiffany Jones as she goes for a big boot into the corner. Amber was able to sidestep out of the way and slams her down onto the mat now. Goes for the cover. Will that be it here tonight? TWF, your opening Monday Mayhem contest. The thrill of wrestling before Monday Night Raw goes live. Head scissor takedown. And takes down Amber quickly. Amber with her booty popping moonsault here. Will that be enough to take down Tiffany Jones here after that? Goes for a diving foot stomp, but Tiffany rolls out of the way. Floats over. Float over power bomb. Will that be enough? You're looking at yourself and I look like 09 Chris Jericho with the hair and everything. That's funny. Tiffany Jones crushing down the chest of Amber. drop kick. Only a 2 count. Am I cooked or not? I don't know, man. A Riptide goes for the cover here. Will this be enough to put away Amber? It is, as Tiffany Jones gets her first win here in the TWF. We see a close-up here. The lariats, as she's yelling for her to get up. She's got something devious and plotting. Amber is not looking... A moonsault. A diving drop kick here to Amber. Back hurts. And the move that ended the match here, Amber taking the pinfall here as Tiffany James gets the win. Tiffany Jones, not Tiffany James. The unrelenting Tiffany Jones getting a big win here. What up, Blicker? Big debut win here for Tiffany Jones as we move on to our next matchup here. We got the Mad Dog Miller taking on David. We're gonna start getting some predictions going, ladies and gentlemen. David or the Mad Dog Miller, our prediction is going to go live right now. Get your channel points in. Ladies and gentlemen, who will win? Will it be the Mad Dog Miller or David here tonight? Mad Dog Miller, a former three-time junior heavyweight champion, one-time tag team champion, and a one-time world heavyweight champion here in the TWF. One of the OG members of TWF and tagged up Tyler, playing on the Emo Boys Hockey Club. He's made his way, fully transitioned to professional wrestling here tonight. As the Mad Dog Miller, fired up here tonight, makes his way to the ring, live in Detroit, Michigan. What up, Nelly? The Mad Dog Miller here tonight, ready to fired up tonight for this matchup here. He'll be taking on David. One-on-one competition here. You missed our opening contest so far, Dallas. Our opening contest was Amber taking on a debuting Tiffany Jones. Tiffany Jones did pick up the win, and now we're on to our second matchup of the evening. The Mad Dog Miller is going to be facing on David. As TWF continues on here. David, don't cut up my stage, you jabroni. Who gave him the sword, guys? Who gave David the sword? He'll be facing the Mad Dog Miller as the predictions up, and we still got about 3 minutes left to predict on predictions. Will the Mad Dog Miller or David take the win here? As the bell is rang, we see David hits the cuts of the Mad Dog Miller and continues with a drop kick. There's currently 2,000 tokens bet on David beating the Mad Dog Miller here tonight. Will anybody bet on the Mad Dog Miller here tonight to get the win? And a knee strike. Delivered with authority. There's a Tyler the Cactus sign here. The fans in Detroit know that the Cactus is in action here tonight. And a big forearm. We see David going up top and delivers a stiff leg drop to the Mad Dog Miller here. Those forearms raining down on Mad Dog. Springboard Acai moonsault, beautifully executed here on TWFtv. There's a Garrett Thunderbolt Rogers sign, former world heavyweight champion. Mad Dog Miller, also a former world heavyweight champion, beating Garrett Rogers to win that title for the very first time. Going for the cover here. An elbow strike. Referee continuing their count at the 5 count. Should have about have 15 more seconds. 15 more counts of the referee as they move to 6 here, as we see Mad Dog tossing David back into the ring here. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We have 4-way dance action here tonight between men and ladies here tonight. We have some tag team competition. The Dudley Boys in action here tonight, taking on a brand new tag team. A big elbow drop by Mad Dog Miller. And Mad Dog flying across the ring, barely making it from Brett's rope. Going for the cover. Will that be enough to put away David? David kicking out. It's proving that you're going to have to do more damage to him if you're going to want to put him away here in this contest here tonight. Mad Dog Miller picking him up. Will it be a pile driver? No, he picks him up for a power bomb. Sit out power bomb by the Mad Dog Miller here tonight. Mad Dog going up to the high run district here in Detroit, Michigan. And a beautiful corkscrew moonsault. Referee slides into position here now as we see the cover. The Mad Dog Miller with a big win here tonight. Solidifying his status as a bona fide. The Storms will be facing the James Gang tonight in tag team action. Mad Dog Miller with his win here tonight over David, showcasing why he's a former world heavyweight champion and David is a newcomer here in the TWF. The Mad Dog with a beautiful corkscrew moonsault, picking up the win and celebrating in the ring here tonight. A Mad Dog Miller with another win here tonight. You know he's got to be eyeing one of those titles here in the TWF. Might be wanting to go after that Lights Out Championship against Harrison B soon. Up next, debuting tag team taking on the Dudley Boys here. The North Revival will be taking on the Dudley Boys. It's the North Revolution. Not the North Revival. I'm a jabroni and I said it wrong. No, Dallas, I forgot. I'll make sure to get it after stream. Making their way to the ring and their debut here. Donovan Steele. And oh god, what's his cousin's name? It's Nathan Hammerstone. Thank God it's on the back of his gear because I'm a jabroni. I can't remember fucking names. I have to ingrain it into my brain. Nathan Hammerstone and Donovan Steele coming out with Tiffany Jones. A big win here. A big win for her earlier. She's coming to accompany the debuting North Revolution. They'll be taking on the Dudley Boys here in tag team competition. The Dudley Boys, former tag team champions here in TWF from 2K24. They helped get TWF off the ground and they're ready to keep the ball moving here in the tag team division. Having great rivalries with Harrison B and Matt Cardona, the Steiners, RVD and Sabu, the James Gang, the Core, all sorts. They make stars here in the TWF. but they also break a lot of stars as well. Let's see if the North Revolution can defeat the Dudley Boys here tonight. Devon and Bubba have fired up in the ring here tonight, wearing the traditional green camo. The bell is rung. The 60-minute time limit as Nathan Hammerstone, I almost said Stonebridge, as Nathan Hammerstone showcasing some beautiful amateur wrestling background on top of Bubba Ray Dudley here. A float over takedown and the slap to the back of the head just to say that he's better here. And a forearm to Bubba Ray Dudley as Devon watching. Nathan Hammerstone, cousins to Donovan Steele. These tag Donovan Steele wrestling with his cousin here tonight. His cousin from north of the border from Canada. That big knee strike here onto Bubba Ray Dudley. Nobody but on the Dudley Boys of the North Revolution, guys. Come on. A big, oh, Hammerstone throwing the big punches right to the gut. And a chop right to the chest. But Hammerstone delivers a big, gets a big boot right in return by Bubba Ray Dudley. Dudley Boys with 500 tokens bet on them. Will the North Revolution be able to beat them here tonight, or will the Dudley Boys be known for making a new tag team here in the TWF? A tag made by Hammerstone into Steele as Steele delivers a big punch to the open gut of Devon Dudley. Devon still focused on Nathan Hammerstone as Donovan Steele goes for a big Yakuza kick in the corner, but Devon, quick-witted about him, dives out of the way. That's what you get from a ring general like Devon Dudley and Bubba Ray, two phenomenal tag team wrestlers here in the TWF. Donovan Steele held in a colossal style clutch. Devon going up top, looking to fly. Looking for something bigger than just a big splash or a big elbow. What is he thinking here? A flying axe handle to the back of Donovan Steele. Will that be enough to put him away, or will Nathan Hammerstone break it up? Or will Donovan Steele kick out? Kicks out on a 1 count, proving that the Dudley Boys are going to have to do a lot of damage if he wants to defeat Donovan Steele and Nathan Hammerstone. This family, lots of families here in TWF. We got the Dudley Boys. We got the James Gang, the Core. Now the North Revolution. That springboard coffin drop, but Devon had it scouted. We see Nathan chomping at the bit to get into the stream, or into the match, not into the stream, excuse me. As Bubba Ray and Nathan on the aprons, Devon and Donovan Steele inside the ring. The tag made by Bubba and Devon. A scoop slam off the ropes. And a diving headbutt by both of 3D, the Dudley Boys. Speaking of 3D, will we see a Dudley death drop here tonight? Will that elbow put Donovan Steele away? The cover here. The kick out. Kips up. Throws a big punch. And oh, Donovan Steele throwing a flurry of strikes here on Bubba Ray Dudley. They go behind. Oh, almost a twist of fate there, but Donovan Steele, one of the best moonsaults in the game today, showing the athleticism on display. Donovan Steele might be a man to win our hearts here in the tag team division and move on soon to be a great singles competitor in TWF. As we see him tagging in his cousin Hammerstone as they send the Dudley Boys off the ropes, lift him up and over, and send him back crashing out of the mat. Devon tagged in for the hot tag by Bubba. Nathan sidesteps out of Devon's lariat, pulls him in for the belly to belly, and crashes him down on the mat. Hammerstone sends Bubba in the corner, and a running knee strike to Devon, taking charge of this matchup here. Bubba's in the corner and can't get out as Nathan continues to attack Devon Dudley. The chops, the flurry of strikes right to Devon's chest. That's gonna be leaving him sore in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, as Hammerstone continues the brutal offense. Goes up top. A moonsault, shades of Kurt Angle, no, but Devon scouted it, rolls out of the way, and keeps the momentum in the Dudley Boys corner here. Tiffany Jones carrying on Donovan Steele and Nathan Hammerstone. Bubba tagged back in as Hammerstone pulls himself back up, floats over for a float over power bomb. Everybody saw how dominant Samantha James has been using that move and decided that they got to add that too. There's a 3D sign in the crowd as Hammerstone picks him up for another power bomb. Oh, this time has him lifted up, Razor's Edge style, and throws him across the ring. We see a little miscommunication, but the go behind by Hammerstone. Sending him, looks like he was trying to send him out, but Donovan Steele pulls down Bubba after the shoulder tackle. These two working together as a great tandem tag team. Nathan Hammerstone immediately turns his attention over to Devon as Donovan Steele. It's actually been confirmed. I think she's a jabroni still. The clubbing blows by Nathan Hammerstone on a Devon Dudley, saying that he's beaten Devon down to a pulp as Donovan Steele continues the pressure on Bubba Ray Dudley here on the outside. Thank you for tuning in to Tagged Up Tyler on Monday Mayhem, ladies and gentlemen. You have a lot of people to watch here on TWFtv, but I'm glad that you could tune in here and join our community, as TWF runs every Monday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Lots of original wrestlers here to join. I don't want to be a James. Part of your weird Kentucky cult. Oh wait, they're from Florida. King of Hell's from Kentucky. Your weird Florida cult. A big slam by Hammerstone to Bubba Ray Dudley on the outside. The referee had a 9 count as the referee hits the 10. These wrestlers have 10 more seconds to get in, and Bubba just bouncing off the barricade. What a vicious bump. Hammerstone looks like a murderer right now, trying to kill Bubba Ray Dudley as he drags the barely life-filled corpse of Bubba and sends him back into the ring. Hammerstone looks for, the standing moonsault. No, a cross body. Goes for the cover. Will that be enough to put away Bubba? Devon getting in the ring. Bubba able to kick out just in the nick of time. The brutal working of the leg. The elbows right to the knees. Bubba's not going to be walking right for a week after that. He slammed out of the mat. Bubba's locked into a Cobra clutch submission headlock. How will he get out of this? Will he tap out here? No. Hammerstone able to let go of that submission as he sends him into the corner now. The reversal here is Bubba firing on all cylinders, knowing that it's do or die time. A big slam right onto the mat as the Dudley Boys get another tag in. Devon getting back into this matchup as Hammerstone not scared as Devon goes for a quick roll-up pin, the cradle pin. Hammerstone kicking out before the referee even counts to 1 here, ladies and gentlemen. A big forearm. Devon stomping on the legs of Hammerstone. The tag made by Hammerstone. Sends him in. Picks him up. A 450 as Donovan Steele goes up and delivers a moonsault. Insane athleticism on display by the North Revolution here. But no, only the Dudley Boys able to break it up as Bubba breaks up the tag of Donovan Steele and Devon. Off the ropes. Oh no, and back into the corner. Another tag. Nathan giving his attempt. A big 450 by Donovan Steele this time. And oh, that's a far moonsault. Boy, he nails it with ease. Goes for the cover on Devon. Devon might not kick out of this. Tiffany Jones in the way of the camera shot. As the North Revolution gets their first win here over the TWF's longest tenured tag team, the Dudley Boys. Hammerstone making the tag. Working over the midsection of Devon here with Donovan Steele. The Dudley Boys couldn't get any momentum mounted here in this matchup, but the North Revolution proving that they are some tough SOBs not to be messed with here in TWF. I think that they'll be looking for some tag team gold here in the TWF very soon. Another giant moonsault right by Nathan Hammerstone as Bubba gets up quickly. The real tide turner of the match. Hammerstone going up top, showing that athleticism. They'd be lucky to fight us. We'll make them famous. Well, we'll have to see, ladies and gentlemen. Come this Sunday, we might have a crazy TLC match brewing for the tag team championships. Especially with a new team like the North Revolution making their mark on the scene here tonight. The North Revolution with the Revolution Destroyer twice was an amazing move here. You're right, Blecker, as they went crazy for the matchup here tonight. The North Revolution showcasing why they are heated wrestlers here in the TWF. The North Revolution, a big monumental win here for the TWF as we continue on here in TWF. Tiffany Jones followed. I didn't even see that. That was for 10 hours ago. And a four-way dance. We have some big names here for the World Television Championship with a debut. Was it not? I thought we set it to that. Did I not? I might not have saved that one. I might not have saved the trio. We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post. But for our television championship, we have a four-way dance, a TWF specialty match, eliminations, fatal four-way match. If you're pinned, you head to the back, and then it's fine. Then we whittle it down to 3, then the 2, and then tell you the last person in the ring, the one crowned the champion.
And is for the World Television Light Heavyweight Championship.
The TWF TV Championship on the line here, ladies and gentlemen. Defended every episode of TWF. Unless something happens to the champion where he is not able to defend it for the night. Trevion Osino makes his way to the ring. The Killer Shark. Trevion Osino, a one-time junior heavyweight champion, knows he believes he has what it takes to make it all the way to the finals here of this four-way dance to win that title back again. But we'll have to see. Anything goes. Referee will allow anything here in this matchup. Pinfalls and submissions, weapons. I mean, it's the true epitome of TWF mayhem. But Trevion Osino here tonight, ready to show what it's all about.
And introducing the challenger from out of this world, weighing in at 205 pounds, Brandon
Osino, Brandon Galaxy, Tyrus Fatu. Jacob Morrison and Trevion Osino, and a bitter rivalry here. Brandon Galaxy making his return to TWF 2 weeks ago, trying to get back to his former glory of a championship status here in TWF. But we have somebody else who's been chomping at the bit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me introduce to you Tyrus Fatu.
weighing in at 265 pounds.
We found our own Samoan here of the for the TWF. The Samoan War Gorilla makes his way to the ring. Man, who is paying for this pyro? This shit is expensive, motherfuckers. Jeebus Kringle. It does look cool though, I will give you that. But holy fuck. As the guy bankrolling the show, I am wondering how much that's gonna cost. But Tyrus Fatu makes his way to the ring. I almost called him his original name. TWF TV Championship on the line. Puff Lord putting 2.1 thousand tokens on Trevion Osino, walking away with that title here. $1.5 thousand bet on Brandon Galaxy. Nothing bet on Tyrus Fatu or Jacob Morrison, our current TWF television champion. Jacob Morrison makes his way to the ring, looks at his beautiful TWF television championship, and as he spits shines it. Hey, you need a TWF hat. Who gave him the okay to wear one of those ECW hats?
The champion from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 242 pounds, the world's
Matthew James, I thought you said it was a month. Why are you being gone for? Why are you taking your character out for so long? Are you gonna miss the king? That means you're gonna miss the King of the Ring. The television champion, Jacob Morrison, two-time TV champion here in TWF, shaking off the breeze of the four-way dance, knowing that this is a brutal battle ahead of him. He might have to stay out of the way, but if everybody's smart in this matchup, they'll target the champion first and guarantee a new champion will be crowned. The TWF TV Championship on the line, ladies and gentlemen, as we go live. Trevion Osino will be standing in Champion's Corner. We have Brandon Galaxy, one of the black turnbuckles. Tyrus Fatu. And as we see the champion, Jacob Morrison, Not even sweating it, not even appearing in his traditional gear. A big out of this world cutter right onto Galaxy as Fatu making his return to TWF. Facing Trevion Asino and Morrison having some beef. Will be facing each other this Sunday at Wells Fargo at Philly Pandemonium. Cracking Brandon Galaxy over the head. We see Trevion Asino and Morrison together. Yeah, I saw that, Mario. The cover here by Asino on the champion. And a powerbomb by Tyrus Fatu. Fatu looking to take down Brandon Galaxy. And a big DDT mounting on top of it. Will that be enough to put him away in this four-way dance? Galaxy eliminated from this match quickly as Morrison, not the first eliminated. Fucking shit. I just bet so many goddamn tokens. I bet 1.5 on Brandon Galaxy. I swear if Tyrus Fatu wins, I would be heated. Just because nobody bet on him, and so all those tokens are going to go to waste. Trevion Asino going for a really cool splash, but missing it. Tyrus Fatu picking up Morrison here. Collar and elbow. Tyrus Fatu in control of this match. Trevion Asino splashing off those ropes as Morrison tries to do a springboard splash, maybe a springboard DDT onto Fatu, but Fatu showcasing some strength here. And oh, Jesus. Made Morrison look like a helicopter there, just throwing him around the ring, but a big crossbody by Trevion Asino. The Killer Shark smelling blood in the water as Fatu currently down. There's a stop sign and a trash can lid inside the ring as all three competitors outside the ring. Referee not going to start the count as this is no falls count anywhere, but no disqualifications. And oh my God, not the Samoan driver. On the outside of the ring, oh, Trevion Asino pulling himself up. Might not. I bet 1.4K. Thank you, Mario, for betting on the champ. I bet on Brandon Galaxy because I thought Brandon Galaxy might take the title. I was very wrong. He got eliminated in the first minute of this match. Nobody betting on Tyrus Fatu. So he's got to be the one who wins, right? Collar and elbow by Trevion Asino, but keeping the pressure applied to Tyrus Fatu. Not going to allow Fatu to run away with this. Asino sent Fatu across the ringside area, and a sliced bread by Morrison. As what Morrison got planned here is he grabs a trash can. Morrison understanding what he needed to do here tonight. Getting a little extreme. I guess that's why he has his ECW hat on tonight. Heading back out of the ring with that trash can lid. Asino on the shoulders of Morrison and dropped across the front of the... Oh, but a super kick by Tyrus Fatu. Oh my jeez. Oh my Lanta. A bicycle kick by Morrison on Trevion Asino, taking out his rival, but Fatu not accepting that. Tyrus Fatu just slamming him down on the ground, grabbing that trash can. And drops it just to throw a quick jab right at Trevion Asino. The Killer Shark not looking good here in this matchup as Fatu taking control. A beautiful arm drag, the lucha stylings of Jacob Morrison. Collar and elbow. Sends him against that guardrail. Tyrus and Morrison both taking some hard hits by Asino with that stop sign. The three men fighting on the outside of the ring here. Collar and elbow. Working over the arm while he's dragging Morrison, sends him into the ring, and a super kick by Tyrus Fatu. It looks like he wants to sacrifice the fish known as Trevion Asino. La Parka. Hey, La Parka's coming back. These wrestlers fighting tooth and nail in the ringside area, giving these fans their money's worth here tonight as a DDT to that kendo stick on by Morrison, to Morrison, and another super kick by Tyrus Fatu, stomping the back now of Trebbiano. Picks him up with ease and slams him down, ladies and gentlemen. Morrison with the reversal, though, on Tyrus Fatu. I thought he was going to try to send him in the ring and eliminate him. Morrison, our TV champion currently, TV title on the line as this chair was just swinging to the back of the head of Trebbiano. But Trebbiano delivers a devastating cutter on the outside here, ladies and gentlemen, as that stop sign is thrown right in the face of Trebbiano. The shooting star press, these superstars giving it their all on the outside of the ring here. It'd be nice if they got back in the ring. Asino grabbing those steps and not caring who they're swinging at. Morrison going for a big kick but misses as we see Asino duck under. And an elbow. Morrison might have had some blood drawn on him. And a flipping over backpack stunner. But anyways, the chops and the enziguri. Asino and Morrison facing each other like bitter enemies should. They hate each other's guts. Morrison grabbing that stop sign and hitting Tyrus Fatu in the back. This matchup has become a big drama match between Trebbiano in the chapters of Trebbiano and Jacob Morrison, as they're just beating the lifeless shit out of each other. Oh my god, a kick right to Trebbiano's head. Beautiful moves by Morrison, showcasing why he's the TV champion. Now he's got to pin and eliminate these two opponents of his, as Morrison sends Trebbiano back in the ring. Fatu trying to get back in the action too, as Morrison slams him against that apron. Asino and Morrison in the ring at last. And Morrison turns his attention back to Tyrus Fatu on the outside and throws a big haymaker right into into Fatu's face. Trebbiano, Jacob Morrison and Tyrus Fatu have been going at it for about 9 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, just giving each other hell on the outside of the ring. This ringside area is a mess. Asino showcasing his skills here tonight against Morrison, as Morrison's thrown into that turnbuckle post. Another super kick by Tyrus Fatu, taking down the small luchador known as Trebbiano. Into the ring, Fatu sends him in. Well, Morrison has those steps. Morrison sending Tyrus Fatu and Trebbiano, all three men back in the ring for the first time in a minute. As Morrison taking his time back on the outside, delivers the code breaker to Trebbiano. A tope atomico going over Tyrus Fatu and using the ropes here. Fatu and Morrison, last two competitors remaining in this matchup. Both have done unspeakable things on the outside of the ring, as we see Morrison looking for one more item here. What is he looking for? A table, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the table set up against that barricade. And oh my god, that twist out powerbomb. Morrison landing on those steps. That had to hurt his back, ladies and gentlemen. It hurt my back just looking at it. No. Tyrus Fatu looking to do another one. Not quite on the steps this time, but just right onto that cold, hard mat on the outside. Will we see a new TV champion crowned tonight? Trevion Asino and Jacob Morrison have been giving each other hell for the past couple of weeks here on TWF. And a springboard, a slingshot spear, not a springboard, excuse me, as Fatu is fired up. And oh no, ladies and gentlemen, oh, continuing that vicious spike right into Morrison. I don't know if he's going to be able to kick out of that. As Tyrus Fatu winning that TV title here tonight. Oh geez, oh my. Tyrus Fatu with a big win, but how long will he hold on to that TV title? Things just heated up as Trevion Asino and Jacob Morrison both want that title very deeply, and they have a blood feud against one another. I'm all gas, no brace with it. I mean, I hate that nobody fucking bet. You didn't bet on yourself, buddy. You just lost out on 5,000 channel points. Jabroni. Who's the real winner here? Oh, the people who bet on themselves. Even though I'm not Brandon Galaxy, that's my boy Bistro. Fatu showcasing a strong debut here for Tyrus Fatu. He's claiming that TV championship. No, fuck you, Matthew James. You're a big ass hoe. But we have Tyrus Fatu. He's your world world television champion too. Guerrilla tactics to win the match. As in this four-way dance tonight, we saw Tyrus Fatu successfully showcase some of his talents here tonight. As we move on to singles division, onto our ladies singles division, CC Prism will be taking on Rose Matthews. Rose Matthews and CC Prism facing each other one-on-one here. The collar and elbow is tied up. Jockey for position as we see CC Prism push into that corner. Referee's going to break it up. Rose Matthews, a former one-time women's champion, losing that title back to Kennedy Anna in their first defense. But congratulations, Blecker. You won 3 for 3 tonight, man. Slamming the head of CC Prism against those mats. CC Prism and Rose Matthews facing off against one another here for the first time. First time one-on-one meeting between these two ladies here in TWF. TWF is looking for more women to join its roster as we're trying to fill out the ranks for our Monarchy Madness pay-per-view coming up. A 16-woman and a 16-man pay-per-view to crown the king and queen of TWF respectively. A knee strike to the back. Slamming the head of CC Prism right on top of Rose Matthews. Thanks for everybody who's tuned in so far to TWF Monday Madness. The action is picking up here as we have some more action on the line. We have we have another tag team matchup. We have a four-way dance. We have another four-way dance, as well as more single one-on-one action here. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. TWF keeps rolling live. After this matchup, we will go to our a quick ad break, though. Rose Matthews with a big splash onto CC Prism, but Prism able to kick out here. Working over the legs of a Prism. You know that's got to be devastating to her legs. Rose Matthews might be thinking of a submission hold, working over the tree trunk-like legs. Work over the stability of the larger lass in this matchup. But a quick roll-up, trying to end things early here is CC Prism. Only a 1 count as Rose Matthews able to kick out. CC Prism originally wrestling from GPW here, hosted by Bubba Electric here on Twitch. You guys got to drop him a follow. You'll see a couple of the GPW stars here as well. The stomps here as CC Prism keeping the pressure applied to Rose Matthews. And Rose Matthews rolls out of the way of that kick and throws a big punch right into CC Prism's face. And delivers a clap right between the temple. Just has to make CC Prism dizzy. As we see CC Prism rolling to the outside, ladies and gentlemen, Rose Matthews not going to give her a break. Going to keep the pressure applied. CC Prism creates the only separation she needs with a kick right to the head. And a leg sweep taking Rose Matthews down. We see Prism getting back in the ring. Oh, but she's scaling the turnbuckle. Pointing to the crowd, said this one's for you guys. And a big crossbody CC Prism crushing Matthews down on the concrete floor below. I say concrete floor, he may have some pads, but oh my gosh. Rose Matthews crashing right down onto that small pad between them and the concrete. Prism doing some very vicious work on the outside here. Referee trying to bring these two ladies back into the ring. As we get to the 6 count, ladies and gentlemen, Rose Matthews and CC Prism fighting tooth and nail, trying to gain an upper hand against one another. CC Prism trying to take down Rose Matthews and work over the legs. Oh, what a submission move here by CC Prism, trying to make Rose Matthews tap out. Rose Matthews has to tap out as CC Prism proving some dominance here and definitely inching her way closer to that TWF United States Championship. But Rose Matthews showcasing that she had some skills here to pay the bills. The 2 for 2. I came back with a 2 for 2. CC Prism with a big win. I didn't forget Tiffany Jones. She was in one of our opening matchups. I think she was in our second one, or our very first one. I think she was in our first matchup, like our opening contest. Yeah, because she beat Amber. CC Prism with a big win here tonight on TWF Monday Mayhem. We have one other TWF ladies match tonight. A 4-way dance. All of them facing off to see who is truly worthy of a #1 contender shot for the Women's World Championship. Well, yeah, Blicker, look. Tiffany Jones faced off against Amber, picked up the win. Let's do a quick recap of the card so far. For those of you just tuning in, Amber and Tiffany Jones did have a matchup here in our opening contest where Amber wasn't able to get the job done against a debuting Tiffany Jones. She's looking good, and she might be a threat here in TWF. The Mad Dog Miller and David had a matchup where David couldn't get the job done against Mad Dog Miller. We saw debuting Nathan Hammerstone and Donovan Steele team up, and Tiffany Jones joined them out, showing us who the Northern Revolution is here in TWF. They took on the Dudley Boys in a slobber knocker tag team matchup. And then a great fatal four-way dance. That's what I was about to say. Jesus. The 4-way dance between Triviana Sino, Brandon Galaxy, Tyrus Fatu, and Jacob Morrison for the TWF Junior Light Heavyweight Championship here. Where Tyrus Fatu got the win here tonight, showcasing a big momentum shift here in the TWF. CC Prism and Rose Matthews faced each other in a contest here where CC Prism was able to get the contest. As we move into our next match, TWF tag team titles on the line as we see the Core take on the James Gang. Oh, and the ad break just started. The TWF verse. I like that. As TWF getting ready to roll on, I hope I turned on entrances for the tag team match. Sounds like they're just in the ring. We roll on. Oh, our ad break is still going. Our prediction going live, ladies and gentlemen. The James Gang will be defending their tag team titles against the one and only The Core. Matthew James and Nick James facing off against bitter rivals Dylan Storm and Cody Storm here, making their way to the ring. Predictions live, ladies and gentlemen. Will the James Gang defeat The Core? Get your channel points in. Who you think will win? Dylan Storm and The Core. Dylan Storm, a multiple-time World Heavyweight Champion, a multiple-time U.S. Champion, and a one-time Junior Heavyweight Champion. He's done quite a lot in the 2K24 series. He's set his eyes on the tag team gold this year to start off his 2K25 run with his brother. They won those tag teams once, but a team that's never won those tag team titles and finally won them. Who knows how long it'll be until they drop those titles here. The James Gang confident here that they can beat their rivals once again. Our predictions live, ladies and gentlemen. Will The Core defeat the James Gang for the TWF Tag Team Championships? Dallas, you better bet. You big old weenie. TWF Tag Team Championships on the line here tonight. TWF Tag Team titles being defended here.
The following is a tag team match.
The Core and the James Gang have faced off for those tag team titles only once before, where the James Gang defeated the Core and where they defend and couldn't get the job, and they couldn't get the job done in defending the titles against the James Gang, giving them their first tag team title run here in the TWF. Dylan and Cody Storm one-on-one here tonight. Will be facing 10 tag team contests, not one-on-one contests. Jeez, I'm a dummy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The James Gang.
ready to rumble!
Titles on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Matthew James also with the Let's Get Ready to Rumble here. The tag team titles on the line here, ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing pleasure here on Monday Mayhem. The James Gang said they're so confident that they're going to start this contest off. Nick James will face off against Cody James as Dylan Storm and Matthew James will stay off on the aprons. Nick James with the reversal out of the go behind from Cody Storm and a kick to the gut, but Cody Storm with a reversal. Picks him up for a power bomb. Very unique style by Cody Storm to pick him up in such a way for this big fight feel in the arena here on Monday Mayhem. Nathan and Donovan is watching this closely. You best watch closely as the new tag team on the block has made a statement defeating the Dudley Boys, the North Revolution. You know that they've got to keep their eye on those tag team titles, wanting to know who they're going to have to go up against and how hard they're going to have to train to make sure they can defeat those people here in the TWF. Matthew James, not sure how long he said he's going to hold that title, but as TWF's longest world heavyweight champion here, holding that title for a whopping 4 months and 14 days. Let's go. After a brutal fatal 4-way, just like that, came back and dog walked most of the competition and put that locker room on notice because I'm all gas, no brakes. I'm with the TV's most wanted. I'm the TV's most wanted. Hell, I'm the bringer of war. Hell. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeah. You mean? Fatu spikes the mic on the mat holding the TV title and leaves the crowd. End promo. I really like these like headings that you did for it. That's pretty sweet. As we return back to action here, Nick James taking on, it looks like Dylan Storm. Yes, it is Dylan Storm on the outside here. James Gang in control of this matchup. Dylan Storm thrown back into the ring by Nick James. Goes for a big stomp and a big kick. A big driver right onto the ground, taking down Nick James. But Nick James kicking out before the referee could even get a 1 count. And an enziguri by Dylan Storm might have shaped how the match will go. But Dylan Storm might be pandering to the crowd here. He is the villain after all, as the James Gang are fans' favorites here. The dastardly heels known as the Core. The villain Dylan Storm working over the leg of Dylan Storm here. Rolls to the outside. Did anybody bet on this match? Matthew James didn't bet. What a jabroni. Matthew, you said... Oh, fair enough, fair enough. We ran... And you lost to a jabroni named Nazriel Blade. But you did run roughshod with that world title for a while. The lariat turning Dylan Storm inside out. Matthew James may have the TWF's longest heavyweight championship run, but Dylan Storm with the most world heavyweight championships held here in TWF. A man that has... Matthew James and Dylan Storm are very similar. 2 men who entered TWF about the same time and have grown as bitter rivals, trying to outdo each other one after another, time after time. You got me in B out. That is true. The double team Dylan Storm might be busted open from those rain of hellacious punches from Nick and Matthew James. Nicholas James showboating to the crowd here in Detroit. Why he's one of the best to do it in TWF. A former one-time World Heavyweight Champion and a former Triple Crown Champion himself. No slouch in the ring. Cody Storm has never won that TWF World Heavyweight Championship, but he is a 5-time US champion and a 7-time TWF Tag Team Champion. 3 with his brother Dylan and 4 with his brother Jonathan. The Core ran roughshod in the tag division last year until the Street Profits joined. And this year, TWF is shaping up to have an even hotter tag team division this year. A big punch. Oh, as we see Nick James able to oh, another reversal is Cody Storm with a vicious boot right to the face of Nick James. Oh, lordy, lordy. Does that look vicious? Cody Storm picking him up. But Nick James with the reversal, getting out of the power bomb, punching Cody Storm right in the face as Dylan Storm still has that crimson mask donned. You know the James gang might be looking for blood on both of the core members of the core here, as Samantha James definitely has injured Kennedy Ann. We still haven't had any word on her return to TWF after losing her title to Samantha James.
That's a good tag.
A big brain buster onto Cody Storm by Matthew James. Matthew James with a beautiful springboard moonsault goes for the cover on Cody Storm. Both of the core are busted open. Will they successfully defend their tag team titles here tonight, or will we see an upset in the core win those tag team titles, giving Cody Storm another accolade? 9-time tag team champions in TWF would be a crazy accolade to hold here. Cody Storm just in the right amount of length to get to his brother Dylan. Dylan feeling that crimson mask on him. A standing Spanish fly onto Nick James. That can't be feeling good, ladies and gentlemen, as the matchup continues. Dylan Storm fired up, wanting Nick James to get up. Springboard Hurricanrana taking Nick James down. Cody just trying to get back into position. What a big shoulder tackle. Oh, but it takes down his brother at the same time. Dylan might have accidentally cost himself the match here after taking his brother out. No, Cody and Nick both getting up at the same time. They go behind as Dylan Storm turns his attention to his bitter rival Matthew. These two have faced for the World Heavyweight Championship multiple times here in TWF. Trading the belt back and forth in the last fall. Big chops here. And exploder suplex. Dylan Storm crumpling down onto the mat. A scoop and a slam by Nick James right onto the villain Dylan Storm. The villain Dylan Storm gets go behind and another belly to back suplex, dropping him right on his neck. Dylan Storm having a history of neck issues, and the James gang honing in on that neck region. Referee goes down as Cody Storm breaking up the tag. Dylan not looking good here. Nick James locking in the eye of the storm. Oh. The humiliation Dylan Storm would have felt to lose to his own move here in Detroit, Michigan tonight. A tag made by Nick to Matthew as they're oh no. He picks him up. Package pile driver pulls him through. And a brain buster. Beautifully executed by the James gang here tonight. Tonight we're in Detroit. A cover here as the James gang retain. The core weren't able to get the win here tonight. We will refund since nobody fucking bet. W's. TWF this on May 11th will be returning to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Wells Fargo Arena for Philly Pandemonium. Our pay-per-view, our first of 2 pay-per-views this month of May. There should be some definite big fight feels there this Sunday. A tag. Once the blood was spilled on the Core's behalf, the James gang just smelled the blood in the water like the sharks they are and kept the pressure applied here as Dylan Storm and Cody Storm not able to get the win here. Matthew James wants to lose the belt so he can go do his thing, or so he can go do be AFK. Like Matthew can be out of the equation for a bit, leave Nick James and such. And he keeps winning. We see the James gang defending their tag team championships here tonight on Monday Mayhem. The Nightmare Nick James and Matthew James. The James gang with a big win here tonight. We're going to be taking on Dennis Lawrence and the Cactus one-on-one action here tonight. The owner of the TWF makes his way to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 270 pounds, Tyler the Cactus
As we still, the James gang and the Core can't split. As Tyler the Cactus, the #1 contender for the TWF United States Championship held by Colt Danielson, said he wants to get another match to keep the momentum moving here. He is scheduled for a matchup here on TWF TV. The Core is splitting is crazy. Dallas. Jabroni! This feels like my GM and I'm trying. What if I give you like a beer? As Dennis Lawrence makes his way to the ring, he will be having a big time match against the owner of the company of the TWF. Dennis Lawrence will be going one-on-one. Dennis Lawrence challenging multiple times for the TV championship, but not getting the job done. He'll be taking on the Cactus in singles competition here tonight. You know, if Dennis Lawrence gets a win over the Cactus, you know he's got to have his name put it in for that United States Championship match against Colt Danielson as well. But as it stands right now, the Cactus is our #1 contender, winning a 10-man Royal Rumble to be claimed the #1 contender for the U.S. Championship. It's time for them to split into singles. Damn it, Dallas, I have to make a new tag team. Dallas, hear me out. If they at least split into singles, can we make a tag team together? You and I workshop people together and make a tag team? Sort of like what I did with Matthew James for Truth and Consequences. Dennis Lawrence and Tyler the Cactus squaring up one-on-one, working over the arm of Dennis Lawrence. You know, Colt Danielson's got to be watching closely here, knowing that the Cactus is the #1 contender of this matchup for his TWF United States Championship. Cactus a 4-time TWF US champion here. You know he wants to win that belt more than anything and bring back the US Open Challenge. Working over the head viciously is Dennis Lawrence. But the Cactus able to reverse out of it, working over the arm, and puts him in a hammerlock of his own. Cactus showcasing some beautiful amateur style wrestling here on Dennis Lawrence. Into the sailboat hold. Dennis Lawrence showcasing some beautiful amateur. GG Storms, but let's end this. We had our back and forths out the pass here, but let's be honest, the fans don't want to see the same match over and over again, so let's go after a new team, and you earn your shot. We'll give you them, but as far as for now, the Storms go back to the line. But I'd be honest, you did we both are legends in this business. Let's make peace once and for all. Matthew James offering a show of respect to his former rival, Dylan Storm. A show of respect as both men, he views them both as equals. They are literally the same coin but different sides, if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen. They've both been in TWF about the same amount of time, done about the same amount of things, and continue to try to be the best. Trying to show why the tag team division is the best it is today. I mean, even if the core didn't win that match, they still put on an awesome showcase against the James gang. But just like an awesome showcase, that Asai moonsault by Tyler the Cactus onto Dennis Lawrence was a vicious slam. Cactus trying to shake off the ring rust from running TWF. Wants to get a win here after his Rumble win. You know, he's got to keep that momentum moving when he's going up to face Colt Danielson. Oh, the Cactus showcasing his true American physique. And the Meteora from the top and a axe handle coming down, crushing Dennis Lawrence right in the face. Goes for the cover now. Will this be enough to put him away? Only a 1. Dallas, that's fine, but can you and I workshop wrestlers together to make a new wrestler? To make a new tag team? I can't have one tag team leave and split. A backdrop driver, Cactus holds onto it. Will he put Dennis Lawrence away here? You know, I need to fill the void of the core leaving the tag team division. Or what if you and Jake work together to make 2 wrestlers that could be a tag team together? I don't want Dylan. I want 2 new wrestlers, 2 original new wrestlers. Maybe you and Jake make 2 original wrestlers. I'll workshop a TSG for you. A TSG, a tag for you. I mean, so truth and the Cactus with the win here over Dennis Lawrence tonight. But Colt Danielson with the TWF United States Championship rings the Cactus's bell here as he showcases and says he's going to hold that championship for a while here in the TWF. That might have rocked the Cactus down to his core. We'll have to see what happens come this Sunday. You tune in on Turbo to see what's going on as well. Matthew, I feel like Truth and Consequences was already made was like the perfect replacement team to replace the James gang. You know what I mean? But I do want to try to get more tag teams in. I would not mind you guys workshopping together and like you guys coming together. Like if Mario and Matthew James worked together to make 2 wrestlers, you know, 1 each, and they made a tag team. It's like, hey guys, this is how, or hey Tyler, this is how I want to do this. Or, you know, Dallas and Synthwave Cowboy made a team together. You know, Matthew James and I did that. That's how Truth and Consequences came together. I made D'Angelo Marcus and he made Maverick Blade, came together awesomely. Also, with the North Revolution debuting, I feel like that's another tag team that's helping fill the void. We just need we need a couple more tag teams to help fill the void. You know, the Dudley Boys they're legends. I can't afford their contracts every week. Holy fuck. The TWF universe needs you guys to help make some teams and work together with our community. But the TWF United States champion making her way to the ring.
The following contest is a fatal four-way
I've gotten the VR headset to work well enough, but not nice enough to play any games or watch most vids because I'm like capped at like 20 FPS and I want to connect to my PC. Oof, that has to be harsh.
champion, Sandra Stunning Martino.
It's acceptable but not enjoyable per se. Chunkus Lumpus on VR. We've seen Matthew James on VR. And we've seen Harrison on VR. This is a star-packed matchup as the TWF United States Championship is not on the line, but it is a four-way dance. Samantha James, our World Heavyweight Champion, our Women's World Champion in the matchup here, as well. Jesus, I cannot. TLDR.
And her opponents, first, from Chicago, Illinois, Emily Moore.
Went to war with myself and I came back to shut down the fatal four-way down. It wasn't a fatal four-way, it was a four-way dance. Emily Mortiz makes her way to the ring. Looking to get a big win here against the... I mean, there's two TWF women's champions here in this matchup. Emily Mortiz in her third match ever, currently undefeated in TWF. Ah, I see.
From Mobile, Alabama, Shirley Maggie.
Silho? Sorry, I had to get some local talent to start working for TWF. I got myself a monitor. Mahoney here, coming to the ring with a Singapore cane. Interesting choice here. Ready to get down and dirty in this matchup against the other four ladies. You know, Samantha James, our Women's World Champion, has a lot to say as she's gonna come out to our next matchup. I am really surprised. Now my poster's obsolete. I was really hoping.
World champion, Samantha James.
I don't know. I keep forgetting when to put them in. I don't know. I can never decide. I have them added to the roster and I just never know what to do with them. Well, I'll try to get them in on Thursday. Maybe they can face each other in a debut match. Well, Mario, you and I had the same idea. I don't know if you were taking them all out. I know you did have. You were definitely in control of that match. You had for that Tyrus Fatu winning the world's television championship, proving that he is no jabroni in TWF anymore. Going around on the indies circuits, coming back to the big leagues where the big dogs bark and the big dogs bite. He is now trying to prove his way and work his way up the TWF ladder to that World Heavyweight Championship. On his return, too. A big... already starting off hot here. Emily Ortiz able to kick out of Samantha James's beautiful powerbomb. And a running kick. And a standing moonsault to boot. But, oh, Samantha was dodged by Emily Ortiz as she goes up for a springboard moonsault press. Andrea Sammartino taking on Mahoney. Mahoney kicking out at a 2 count. Brenda Galaxy and the other fatal four-way dance we saw. A kick out here. This elimination style fatal four-way. I mean, baby step. You know, you gotta prove how good you are in one territory and, you know, go to the next territory, right? You gotta run your record. You gotta, you know, do your show. You gotta travel around and do your stuff until, you know, you eventually hit the big time and then do it on the grandiose stage. As we see the title, neither title on the line. Samantha James versus Sandra Sammartino is a dream match of the Cactuses. A big lariat by Mahoney, taking down Samantha James. This another four-way dance. The referee allowing anything and everything to go on in the inside the ring, outside the ring. Just wants to count the pinfalls and see who will be eliminated from this matchup. Sandra Sammartino taking a big beating from Emily Ortiz on the outside. I was thinking we'd do a submission match and then set it up for Tony to slap and watch this. I like that, Mario. I like that. Good, simple story between established stars. Show of respect. Samantha James, our TWF's Women's World's Champion. A scoop and a slam by Mahoney here. Going outside and grabbing that table now as Emily Ortiz trying to get the pinfall over the world's champion. Mahoney not setting up that table correctly as Sandra Sammartino and her are talking smack across the ring. And it looks like these two ladies, the two blonde ladies, are going to swing fists at one another. Emily Ortiz looking for some mayhem under the ring. She grabs a Singapore cane. But Samantha James with a suicide dive tornado DVT onto the mats outside. Thank you everybody for tuning in to Tagged Up Tyler's Monday Mayhem. We have one more match after this, and this is our semi-main event action here. A big belly to back suplex as Emily Ortiz ties up with Samantha James, but Samantha makes short work for her and throws her to the side. Has something else planned as she pulls out another trash can. Bouncing. Crazy bounce. Super bounce. TWF plans to do Marvel Rivals after a 20-minute like ultimate submission match. Oh my, that's so long though for a TV match. That seems like a pay-per-view stipulation. Can we workshop into a limit of 20 minutes, or as I've never seen anything? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean if you can workshop into a limit of 20 minutes, for as I've seen an EFED ever use it? Emily Ortiz eliminated Mahoney here in this four-way dance, turning it into a three-way dance. And the Beulah McGillicuddy style DDT onto Sandra Sammartino as Samantha James grabbing that table. Sandra Sammartino kicking out here. But Samantha James trying to run straight through Emily Ortiz. A springboard hurricanrana, bouncing from one rope to the other. Beautifully executed by Samantha James, our world's women's champion. Emily Ortiz with a beautiful hurricanrana onto Samantha James. As Sandra Sammartino slamming Ortiz down with authority on the ring mat. Trying to roll to the outside, and Sammartino sends her right into that barricade and showing off for the crowd here in Detroit. Okay, I see what you're saying. I do like the idea of the, you know, the 20-minute submission, ultimate submission match. But at the same time, just like doing that on a TV show is like, you know, Monday Mayhem, which is supposed to be boom, boom, boom. We're supposed to try to build stories here. No, there will be some, you know, I do want to have, like, you know, big marquee matches and, you know, big main event feel matches, but I want it to be, you know, pretty snappy, easy to follow. Maybe some chaos, like a four-way dance or a steel cage, maybe. As Samantha James goes for another hurricanrana, almost sent Emily Ortiz through that table. The stomps right to the chest of Emily Ortiz by Samantha James. Collar and elbow. Trying to drag her. Partook in iron table bouts. Wait, that's actually fun. That sounds like something that would be a the iron table champion. Sounds like a really fun idea. Like 2 out of 3 falls tables matches or Iron Man tables matches. That's a fun idea. Silly but fun. A lariat taking Ortiz down. She's turned Sandra Sammartino, turning her attention right to Emily Ortiz, trying to drag her out. But Samantha James, what the hell is she doing? No, oh my god, there's a flaming table inside the ring here. And Sandra Sammartino doesn't slam Samantha James through it. Insane. Emily Ortiz throwing a caution to the wind, swinging that trash can lid at both ladies here. Samantha James trying to pull herself up and out of the corner. Emily Ortiz. Twist of fate through the flaming table. These ladies getting extreme here in Detroit. Flaming table spot in our semi-main event matchup. Emily Ortiz just hits a avalanche RKO to Samantha James. Sammartino trying to get the cover here. Samantha James, rightfully so, might have some burns on her stomach after taking a bump like that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, one of the sickest bumps we've seen in TWF. And a diving moonsault. Emily Ortiz might pick up the big win here. Hey, yo, chat, somebody get a clip of the flaming table spot. That was sweet. Ortiz able to kick out quickly as Sandra Sammartino battling with Mahoney in the start of this matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, these ladies went all out here tonight in Detroit. Samantha James, the world's heavyweight champion, may have been knocked down a peg from her high horse after defeating Kennedy Ann for that women's championship in the Iron Woman match. Sandra Sammartino might have been knocked down a peg as Emily Ortiz got a big win over both the women's champions, the United States and world's champion, in this four-way dance. A double team here by Sandra Sammartino and Emily Ortiz, and a DDT on the mat to Samantha James. What an awesome matchup here. These ladies just went balls to the walls, nuts to butts. Doesn't show the flaming table spot. Insane work. Emily Ortiz with a big moonsault to finish off this match on Sandra Sammartino.
Here is your winner, Emily Mortiz.
Emily Ortiz with a big win. Oof. Defeating the women's world champion and the TWF United States champion in a one fell swoop of one matchup. We move on to Jack Powell versus Doom Nibis, one-on-one, as Doom Nibis called out the world champion and said he's a jabroni that takes boner pills. TWF's World's Heavyweight Champion Jack Powell now defending that title holding it for an official for over 2 weeks now, winning it at our last pay-per-view. Jack Powell showcasing, or at our house show actually, proving that while you should tune into any TWF house show, anything can and will happen no matter what, as long as the cameras are rolling here on the TWF. This main event matchup, Doom Nibis, a former World Heavyweight Champion, challenged Jack Powell, a man that Jack has only beaten once, and Jonesy has 3 wins over him. Said if he beats him here tonight, he wants a shot at that world title, and Jack Powell clutching at that World's Heavyweight Championship, knowing that it means the world to him that this is the first World's Championship he's held here in the TWF. The beautiful purple strap, the 15 pounds of gold here in TWF. Beautiful World's Heavyweight Championship. Not on the line here, but Jack Powell, knowing what's at stake if the big salami gets the momentum that he craves and gets the win here tonight. Excuse me, the former big salami, now Doom Nibis. Jack Powell calling Jonesy a purple grape is insane. TWF's longest reigning United States champion, holding the title for an amazing 6 months, exactly on the dot. We have no idea how the Doom Nibis himself is a man possessed. 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. He is a 2-time United States champion. He is the man known simply now as Daddy Death, the Doom Nibis. That was funny. That was a good insult, calling him a grape because he's a purple and shit. All right, Jonesy, stop humping the ground. Jack Powell versus Jonesy, and a non-title matchup here on Monday Mayhem. Doom Nibis versus Jack Powell. Jack Powell has to be looking over his shoulder, knowing that Garrett Rogers is hunting him down like you hunt down a deer. And Garrett Rogers wants that kill to get another world title etched into his record book. But Jack Powell wants to set a huge record here in the TWF to be one of the world's best wrestlers. But Jonesy trying to set up a record here himself, saying he wants to destroy the legacy of Matthew James and all the other TWF stars here. Jonesy just slammed right onto the ground. The Doom Nibis not looking good as Jack Powell showcasing his strength and his beautiful amateur wrestling background. Oh, that takedown and lifting him up for another gut-wrench slam. Doom Nibis is feeling the hurt here tonight. Jack Powell sent Jonesy over the top rope. There's a join the Discord sign, ladies and gentlemen, is Jack Powell dragging Jonesy over the top turnbuckle and over the top rope and slams him down. Tyra's doing a great job. You see him studying the game, needing to learn who's the top dogs here and how he can better himself to be the best. A beautiful tale as old as time, a man who lurks from the shadows and for his perfect moment to strike. Throwing a big punch. Jack Powell receives a big punch and a forearm right to the hand, and Jonesy sending him off with a double foot stomp, taking the champion down. Shades of the former Big Salami, but using the ropes to his advantage, making and launching off after Jack Powell misses his shoulder tackle. Doom Nibbis, a former world heavyweight champion on 2K24, the Big Salami as he used to be known. He has changed his gimmick up and he wants to be known now as the Doom Nibbis. A wise man once told me, next time you see me, run. We see Jonesy, a modified Boston Crab, onto Jack Powell, the champion here. Jack Powell has to worry about Garrett Rogers. Not able to make it to Detroit after to have a family emergency. He said he'll be back on Thursday Turbo, but Jonesy delivering a dose of truculence, knocking Jack Powell, just running clean through him. Will this be enough to put away the world's champion? No, it is not. Oh, a big elbow drop as the world heavyweight champion is doing everything he can to try to keep Doom Nibbis down. But Doom Nibbis shows a special kind of breed here in the TWF. The one that never wants to give up. The one that fights till the very last breath. The man who will go down in history for reasons unknown to our own comprehension. Off the ropes goes Jack Powell, the world champion, and slammed down with that arm drag, beautifully executed by Doom Nibbis. Doom Nibbis might be looking for that Dragon Rana. No, instead he looks for a giant splash, thinking that's going to be enough to put away Garrett Rogers, to put away Jack Powell. Garrett Rogers, the former world heavyweight champion, jumping Doom Nibbis and Jack Powell as the referee tells him to get out of here, interrupting this matchup. Doom Nibbis gets the win over the world's heavyweight champion. Garrett Rogers wants his rematch. What? Jack Powell losing to Doom Nibbis here tonight. Jonesy showing why he is the man that TWF was fearing for a vicious our summer last year in his brutal undefeated streak in TWF. And he said he wants to get back to those winning ways once again, putting on the mask. Garrett Rogers in the chat says, Tyra's big win tonight. Let's see how you hang with the big dogs at TWF. Welcome back, War Gorilla. Garrett Rogers extending a friendly welcome back to Tyrus Fatu here. Letting him know that he saw what he did, and it takes a feat of strength here. Let's do a quick rundown of our card before we end TWF and try to switch things over to some Marvel rivals. We saw Amber versus Tiffany Jones. Tiffany Jones made her debut and showcased some of her skills. I think she's going to be a big star, and all the ladies better watch their back for because I think there's a new sheriff in the TWF ladies division. Miller and the Mad Dog Miller took on David here in one-on-one competition. Mad Dog Miller took the big win. Debuting here was Nathan Hammerstone, Donovan Steele, and Tiffany Jones joined them in this matchup. They form the Northern Revolution. They took on the Dudley Boys in a brutal tag team matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. Triviana Sino, Brandon Galaxy, Tyrus Fatu, and Jacob Morrison did a brutal four-way dance Extreme Rules contest for that World Television Championship. Asino, Galaxy, and Morrison fought tooth and nail for that television championship, but Tyrus Fatu showcasing why the television championship is a big deal here tonight with a big win in his return to TWF. CC Prism and Rose Matthews having a brutal match where CC Prism got inched out a win over Matthews tonight. David... I said David, thinking of David Flair. Cody Storm and Dylan Storm took on and lost, challenging the James gang of Nick and Matthew James for the TWF World Tag Team Championship. And the core said tonight that they think they're going to split and leave tag teams behind and go back on their ways for singles gold here tonight. Tyler the Cactus took on Dennis Lawrence, where we saw Colt Danielson attack and knock out the boss, leaving him knocked out with a U.S. title shot right to the dome piece of the Cactus after his match with Dennis Lawrence here tonight. In this another four-way dance here, we saw Sandra Sammartino, Emily Mortis, Shiho Mahoney, and Samantha James all do battle the TWF United States Women's Champion and the Women's World Champion in a non-title contest showcasing their skills here this Monday, where Emily Mortis, I like saying Mortiz. It sounds fancy. But Emily Mortis gets the big win, knowing that she has a good chance to challenge Sandra Sammartino anytime she wants here in the TWF. Perfect timing, right? For those of you who want to go watch some WWE, you can. I'm going to continue on with the games with the boys after. And we saw Jack Powell and Doom Nimbus do a one-on-one match, but we saw Garrett Rogers jump and attack Doom Nimbus and Jack Powell, the world's heavyweight champion, here tonight. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Much love. This has been TWF Monday Mayhem. Thank you, everybody, for joining Tagged Up Tyler. We will be back on Thursday with another beautiful showing of our extreme wrestling styles. Until then, I've been Tagged Up Tyler, and I'm going to restart stream so that way I can upload the VOD right away so those who did miss it can watch. And I'm going to get ready to do some Marvel Rivals with the boys. Bye.